I feel like I missed somebody in my last video.
I wanna be the hero, I wanna save the day. I want the world to know my name before I fade away.
Wait, Billy the Fridge doesn't have over 100,000 subscribers?
On a dark night, best bet that I'd be feeling myself. Show up naked wearing a mask, cape, and utility belt. No humility felt, I'd have a huge wang. Orangutan, dang-a-lang, baby, I'd be Bruce Wayne.
I thought he had like 500,000 by now. What the hell is happening with the world? What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and welcome to part 2 of Playing Favorites. I actually missed quite a few people in my alphabetical list yesterday. Unfortunately, Billy the Fridge, people like Godless Engineer, Grim Jim, and more people that unfortunately are just not on this list, either because I forgot or just because I'm dumb. So for any of my friends out there who might feel a little bit snubbed, feel free to yell at me and maybe we'll like do a collab or something. We'll have some fun that way. But anyway, we're going to keep going with my list. We're going to round this out, my little bit of a gift, a Christmas, New Year's gift to some of my friends that maybe I can share with you something special that I enjoy and maybe you can then take it with you and enjoy as well. So let's get started. Miss London is a newer YouTuber to hit the scene, and she's gained a lot of attention because of her openness and her honesty about her transition and the things that she has to deal with in her life as a trans woman. And I got the chance to meet her at VidCon along with Ella Grant and a bunch of other YouTubers, and she was just an absolute sweetie pie, and I like her channel, so check it out.
Hey, y'all's balls! Today we're talking about my breast augmentation. And I'm sorry I couldn't get to this like right away. There was a lot of healing, a lot of stress, and I'm gonna share every fucking bit of it with y'all because there are some things that I guess trans girls don't experience, and then there's just some things that people I guess don't say and don't specify really, and I'm here to specify it all: the pain, the amazing parts, just everything.
Now, this next one might be coming a little bit out of left field because it's not like anything else on this list, but this is Nick DenBoer. He's a CGI artist who's worked with various different projects, but for some strange reason, his brilliant animations that he has on his YouTube channel just doesn't have that many subscribers, and I really think he needs more eyes on his work because he's incredible.
Cool.
Next up is Nonsensicole. I was trying to keep this list to people who are currently making videos. She's the one outlier, and the reason why is because I like her channel so much. I'm kind of hoping if I shout her out and enough people harass her, she'll start making videos again. She hasn't made one for about a year, but her back catalog is great, so please.
Brother, if you've taken your vaccine for anthrax or whatever, that doesn't protect you, by the way, and all these other crap vaccines that are dangerous and their own inserts say can kill you, then you're supposedly protected. Don't give me that bull that I don't have my own body.
Okay. For starters, the anthrax vaccine is only given to people who may actually come into contact with anthrax, so I'm not sure why this is the first one that popped into Alex Jones's head here. But nonetheless, this is a great time to talk about the concept of herd immunity. When most of a community has been immunized to a contagious disease, it helps to prevent the spread or outbreak of that disease. However, there are some people that aren't able to get immunized by vaccination. This can include infants, pregnant women, or immunocompromised individuals, meaning people who don't have a very well-functioning immune system. Because people like this are actually medically ineligible to receive a vaccine, they're forced to rely on the immunity of the people around them. If the people around them can't catch a disease, that means that they can't pass it on. But as more and more people refuse vaccination, we've seen a rise in these contagious diseases, which means that these people who are unwillingly unvaccinated are becoming exposed due to your ignorance.
Probably one of the greatest things to come out this past year, in my opinion, is the NonSequitur Show. And the people who are behind this are very, very talented, they're very passionate, and they have this amazing ability to pull Some of the most random people that you wouldn't even think would ever get on a live stream together and hash out their differences or talk. And it's always entertaining, and they discuss some incredible stuff. The clip I'm going to show you is when Miles Power, who is one of my good buddies, went on the show, and they're talking a little bit about Jilly Juice.
Nothing is her fault, and she's not responsible for anything. I go back to the Dr. Phil episode where she's just incredulous. Like there are two women across from her that had a stroke because of the salt intake that they were coming in, and she was just unmoved, unfazed, unwilling to admit that she, bore any responsibility there.
Yeah, I know. I by the way, this is a pet peeve of mine, is where people give out medical advice and tell people, what to do if they're ill, but they think they're safe because, well, they are safe because they have a disclaimer in their book or they have a disclaimer on their website. And I think that's absolutely atrocious. I think if someone's giving out medical advice that's potentially dangerous and leads to people having a stroke, I'm sorry, you should get sent down.
You guys may not know this, but this is not a unique thing. This is a reiteration of something that happened back in my day that I remember, because she talks about parasites, right? And the jelly juice is supposed to cleanse your parasites like that. That actually stems from a book that was written called A Cure for All Cancers. Dr. Clark was this crack neuropath that had suggested that flukes and parasites in the liver were causing cancer. And so she made this machine called the Zapper, and you could buy the parts at Radio Shack. So I tried making one to test it out, kind of thing. And it's basically an oscillator, and you hold on to these things, and what it does is it sends a high frequency signal through you, and that's supposed to resonate the flukes and kill them. It's bullshit.
Now, my buddy Pimpmunk might be kind of an acquired taste, but I find him fascinating. The man has absolutely no filter. He has mastered the art of self-deprecating humor. And in this one, this is a video, just to set up a little bit of context for the clips that I'm going to show you. This is a video on how he's saying it is not all right to make fun of somebody for having a small penis. And just look at how he does it.
Throw me some government money. I want government money because I got small dick. Do you know how small my dick is? Every time I go take a shower, I have a sex change. I automatically become a woman. That's right. Shrinkage is bad for any man with a penis. People talk about masturbating in the shower. I ain't masturbating in the shower. I'm searching. I'm on a fucking find and rescue mission. I'm looking for my dick. I'm telling you, when it starts to get an erection, it looks like a pinky finger having a seizure.
Now, I've featured Poisoning the Well before, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep doing it. Every single time I do any kind of shout-out, I am going to blast their channel everywhere. Not only is Poisoning the Well incredible, the duo of Fat, Pat, and soFain, but each individually on their own, they're really good people who make good stuff. So I have links to the main channel and to each of their own personal channels. And this is a clip from their Letters from the Second Civil War.
My beloved Harriet, I write to you with a heavy heart. I was gravely mean during a skirmish with a squad of incel irregulars. Doc Tibbin says there's nothing for it. He will have to amputate my Twitter feed. Whap, whap. Jed.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
My beloved Lucretia, on the morrow we face the traitors in great numbers. Fearing the worst, I implore you, with the greatest alacrity, to please send nudes. Lieutenant Colonel B. Jedediah Finch.
The current leader of the Church of Scientology is a man by the name of David Miscavige, and he is a immensely powerful and pretty shady human being. But what's incredible is his father, who escaped the Church of Scientology not that long ago, is a man by the name of Ron Miscavige. And it has been my honor to get to know Ron and to talk to him on several occasions. He runs a podcast, Life After Scientology, And I went on not that long ago, and we were talking about the psychology of cults. His show is great. His book is phenomenal. And yeah, check out this little clip, and you should check out his channel.
Listen, your sessions are videotaped. They are recorded. All the words you were saying is on a recording machine. And so every session that you ever get, they have the complete details of it. Plus they have a written write-up that the auditor would write down.
Man.
And you accept this. But in other words, this isn't done overnight. This is done over a period of time. Right. And in the very beginning, when this is being done, you don't know that this is going to be recorded. And maybe some of these earlier sessions are helpful to you in realizing some of the things that you might be a little sorry about. You kind of forgive yourself, as an example, or realize you were wrong on something and now you're right. So it's helpful. So you spill your guts because you figure, I'm getting cleaned up. It's like, and I've told this many times on the program, I was raised as a Catholic. And there was a priest there. You'd go into Father Zvanut and you'd confess your sins. And at the end, because he understood maybe half of what you said, he said, that's nice. Say 5 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys. You're forgiven. He didn't record me and have a goddamn video camera on me as he was doing this to use later on, which is what the Church of Scientology does.
A very adorable little hidden gem of a channel is by my buddy Sage Kronsell, and what he's been doing lately is wonderful. The man knows his history, and he's got just a charming voice and a great personality. I love him to death, but this is historical headlines where he's reading into what happened that day in history, and just give it a listen real quick.
Hello Internet and welcome to Historical Headlines for the 18th of December. France wins a battle. Shocking. More specifically, in 1916, during the First World War, the French held out at the siege of the fortress city of Verdun against everything that the Germans under their supreme general. Verdun was in some ways one of the most defining battles of the First World War, as I am sure our time-traveling correspondent Tim Sachsen will now inform you of. Yes, thank you, studio. We are standing here in the fortress city of Verdun in northern France.
Sir Sick has been a standout from an older type of YouTube with your static avatars and your commenting on things over it. But he stands out because he's smart. He picks really interesting topics. He rips up Flat Earth. He rips up conspiracy theories. And in this one, he talks about the Lord Stephen Christ, and it was pretty good.
Yep, Lord Stevie Boy Christ seems to think he is the reincarnation of Jesus. Oh, what fun we will have. And obviously today he's talking about the end times, because you can't be Christ 2.0 and not have an appropriate apocalypse scenario to go with it.
Accumulated over time is based upon faulty information, faulty revelations, faulty presumptions, faulty hypotheses.
Now, I could be wrong here, but I think he's saying, what's the word for it? Faulty. Nah, I don't know where I got that from.
For what it's worth. However, it's been clandestinely hidden, obscured. It's been obfuscated from them.
That's easy for you to say, Lord Stevie Weevy Ding Dong Christ.
Theryn is another one of those people who I really enjoy her channel because she's so open and honest and human. I think that's one of the things about YouTube that I love so much is when somebody bears their soul and is open. You know, it's a way to be able to relate. And she echoes this in this video. And because of that, I've become a fan of hers, pretty diehard at this point.
But there's something about just letting it all out and putting your thoughts and feelings into words and then like sharing it with a bunch of people and then them responding back to you by saying, I really relate to this. I feel the exact same way. It reduces the feelings of loneliness and isolation as induced by the atomizing effect of living in a late capitalist society. But I also just want to be like fun and relatable, you know?
Vernaculis is not just smart. He's got an incredible speaking voice, a great cadence by how he distributes the writing that he's done. Almost every single video of his is effectively an audio book. It's his essay that he's written and expertly delivered in a magnificent way. He also does historical biographies in video form that are wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and he needs a lot more people watching his channel.
One of the biggest disconnects in the mind of a propagandist is that they treat human beings like cattle that are incapable of having their own thoughts and opinions about things, and yet when they are accused of cynically manipulating them, they fall back on the idea that human beings are autonomous and can make their own decisions to escape moral judgment. Always remember that when someone speaks about human beings in this way, they are talking about you as well. Try not wincing in disgust at someone telling you that you are incapable of independent thought on any matter. But don't worry, your mind is in the hands of the capable few.
Very Nearly Viral is such a raw channel. It's such a raw channel. Like they just use what they have on hand to make their punk rock British edgy comedy, and I just love the hell out of them. They're great. In this video, they're taking the trend of "we ordered a box from the dark web," and yeah, this is their take on it. Oh yeah, and by the way, Roy is wearing a cowboy costume because they were doing a Red Dead Redemption 2 skit, but I guess that's not really important. Don't make a diss track on me, guys.
What? Okay, I mean, there's not much, but there's like my favourite, there's Trixie, and there's my pie. This box is great. This. Oh.
So he's gotten 3 pony toys from the dark web. Let's see what incredible clickbaity items are inside of mine, though, guys. Okay, let's see.
I got Celestia.
It's pretty good, that, Lacey.
I could probably make a whole video on why I love Wizard of Cause. My friend Nick is my best friend on the internet and one of my best friends in life. I absolutely adore this man. He's the co-host of our show, The YouTube Saints, which links in the description. But he's been there for me through thick and thin. He's one of the best people that I know. He is a wonderful, magnificent man. And it's a shame that not more people have been able to see the brilliance in his channel or haven't been able to discover it yet. But he has one of the best speaking voices and one of the most improv minds I've ever found. And in this video that he recently put out, it was all about Christmas. I was feeling pretty low and bummed out on Christmas. And this video actually cheered me up a lot. It just kind of gave me a new perspective on what was important about Christmas, you know, what the whole purpose behind it was. And in that space, I managed to forget some of the things that were really bothering me, and he pulled me out of a bad mood. He also does all sorts of different things, analyses of social issues, and he does some audio reading of famous poetry, Kipling. But he's not only a great YouTuber, he's a great man. And I love him to death. So check out Wizard of Cause.
These traditional values of good Christianity are being eroded by us forgetting Jesus during the holiday season. Well, then we do kind of come back to the question of, is it really a Christian holiday, or was it simply one that was adopted by Christians from earlier pagan rites and rituals? Because fundamentally, what is Christmas? What is this winter holiday, this solstice celebration? What's the nature of it? Well, for one thing, in the midst of December, for good portions of the world, especially here in New England, December typically means that it's going to be dark, it's going to be cold, it's going to be shitty, and a lot of people are going to have attitudes which reflect the nature of the world outside. Now, during a time of darkness, of cold, of scarcity in times gone by, it does make sense that right at the peak of the darkness, at the peak of the freezing cold, of the snows and the winds, or as we have it seemingly now, the sleet and the rain, to gather with the people who matter most to you, in a place of heat and warmth and light, with food and drink, with song and cheer. If nothing else, to just cheer yourself up.
I love YoungCripp. YoungCripp is amazing. The dude has a bit of a rough deal in life. He's very disabled, but at the same time, he not only doesn't let that stop him from making comedy content, he utilizes that to make content. And it just kind of shows that one of the best compelling factors that a human being can have is to want to make other people laugh or make other people happy. And he does this. And so for that sake, the only thing I could think of to do in return is to be to share him with you, and then maybe he can make you laugh, and maybe that'll make him smile. He's a good dude. Go check out YoungCripp.
My mom is doing dishes, and I come up to her, and I'm like, Mom, I told you about this concert coming up. I can't find anybody to go, but I would really appreciate it if I could get tickets anyways, and maybe go on my own. I might as well have just came up to her and said, hey Mom, I was thinking about joining the track team. What's your thoughts and opinions? Because the face she gave me was just... She turned Asian. She said to me, Donovan, there is no way that's happening.
Last one up on the list is Zoe Does Life, and I really don't think I need to do much of an introduction. Zoe's just great. She's got a great channel, and this video is dealing with Larry Cook, who, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know how much I like Larry Cook. But she does a great job, and she's incredibly smart and really good to watch. So enjoy.
Well, let's go back finally to another thing which a lot of anti-vaxxers seem to have in common, which is a need for your money to help them spread the word.
So I can go in and target parenting or parents, baby, anything that has to do with babies or infants or children. I can scroll through all of those, and I can type in what type of demographic I want to go after, and then I can target that demographic. So if a person identifies as being a parent, then that person, according to Facebook, is a parent that might wind up getting a targeted ad.
Larry desperately needs your money, and for what? Facebook boosts, so that he can show other unsuspecting parents that vaccines kill babies. In fact, he has raised over $11,000 for this so far. What's on his page? Well, garbage about sudden infant death syndrome, which we have already talked about. And he also posts a screenshot from one of these Facebook boosts with the price of $3.60, and then claims that with the $15,000 that he needs, he would have multiple boosts going at the same time to reach as many people as possible.
Anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Just going to catch up a little bit on the up-and-coming things with the channel into 2019. Vaxxed is obviously going to keep going. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish that. I am going to start looking into the MMS Bleach cult as well. We have a couple more things to do with Jillian. But on top of that, I'm going to have a very large push into a special project coming into 2019. Now, I'm not really going to give too many details about what this is just yet, but I will say it will involve some traveling and a lot of work. A whole lot of work. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. I hope your family is well. And from mine to yours, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. I swear to God, man, as soon as I turn the damn camera off, I forget about people like your boy Pat.
And I get that boom, 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 boom at the door. I'm like, who the? So I go check it, man, and there before me is my boy, old Jeffrey Effrey. Now, before I can even say, what up, man? He's like, dude, what you do to my memory? I'm sitting there like, what? Ever since you did that video about her, she went on Ancestry.com, she took that test, and now she found out she is 2% West Coast Africano. Like, ever since she did that right there, she's done tanned her skin, she's got these blonde box braids in her hair, she's changed her name to Her Memory. I asked her to get me a beer, and she's gonna do this thing with her finger in her neck and go, oh no, you didn't.
Ranty Monkey, Satsu 2 Cents, like a bunch of people. Man, there are way too many damn YouTubers out there that I really like and love. I'm just gonna have to do this again in like 6 months, I guess.